LaCroix.
Yeah, I guess.
LaCroix.
Some seltzer water.
Some seltzer water. LaCroix.
Yeah. I was going to add some to like my scotch, but I don't want to do that.
Do you smell your own farts when you lay in bed too?
Alright guys, hey, Eric and Jimmy here. Yeah, we have another, what are we playing, 2,220 point game. So this is going to be the Ogres and the Undead. The scenario is Fool's Gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the last battle reports where we had Ogres and then the other ones where we had the Undead. So we got another one for you. I don't know, man. What do you think? This is the first time you played this scenario.
I'm trying to figure out how I have 220 more points and I have the same amount of units. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that makes you wonder.
Yep, I need to redo the list for sure. So
well, so siege breakers. You're using siege breakers instead of warriors.
Yeah, but I always do the core of my army based off of 1,000 points anyway, so that's about the same.
That gives you 1,220 points to do everything else.
Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how I don't have any more units. Well, I've got two more units, but they're not really. We'll see.
Makes you wonder.
The point totals are just weird for the Ogres.
It really makes you wonder.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's what I'm thinking, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And this is the first time I've seen your complete Undead list, your 2220
Yes, this is actually the first time that my complete 2220 Undead list is actually on the board. All of it painted. I finally got my models from Mantic, and I painted them up. My Battle Standard Bearer was a skeleton that I had for a long time. You guys probably, if you watched the tutorial on how to paint, I painted up that Battle Standard Bearer pretty quick. So.
It's a different list. You got an extra thing of whites. You got some ghouls.
Yep.
You have like Canis. He's new. And then you have like 2 more casters actually. So I don't know how the hell you did that, but.
Well, so and just so you guys know, this was different. The list that I'm playing now is the same one as you guys saw on one of our other battle reports. What Jimmy's talking about is actually the last time he saw this was an Adepticon list, and so with the Adepticon list from last year,
I think,
no, so Epaphus. They dropped Epaphus from the Undead.
260?
He was like Was he 260? I think it was more than that.
He might have been 280.
Yeah, he might have been more than that. So I
think we were joking around like he was more than Grok, and I was like, well, just run him into Grok. You should be able to kill him.
Yeah, no. Don't do it. For any of you that are out there and you have a friend that plays Ogres and he tells you to run something into Grok, don't run anything. Unless it's a horde that is meant for killing, don't run it into Grok, because Grok unless you just miraculously roll well, he's an ass. So, I hate
You can't say ass on your own channel.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't. People will give you the thumbs down.
No, that's only if I have you cussing every third word.
Yeah. Well, that was...
Ass is one of those words. It's not totally a cuss word.
It's true.
But it's,
it's situational.
PG-13 rated cuss word.
Yeah.
So, like, I've had to resort to saying flipping a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say lint liquor when I'm at work.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm like, you lint liquor, and they're like, what? I'm like, you know what I mean.
That's a lot of alliteration in one word, though. Lint liquor.
Yeah, it's like a tongue twister.
Yeah. I mean...
Confuses people, I'll tell you
that.
that.
Yeah, because they're like, what'd you just... Yeah.
Huh?
What'd you just say to me?
That's right.
What were we talking about?
Then they start thinking about it, they're like, what kind of lint?
Right.
There's a lot of different types of lint.
What else did I get rid of? I got rid of something else from my Adepticon list, but yeah, so I added the rates.
And you got rid of a lot of war gear, because you did have a lot of war gear before.
I had some, I did have some war gear.
Yeah, you had some healing war gear and stuff like that, and you had...
Yep. And then, of course...
And you had some crushing. I think you had some extra crushing, and then you had some extra... didn't you have Kenai? No, you didn't have Kenai. You had the other one that adds attack. Like, +1 to hit or something like that, or -1 to hit, I guess, technically, but...
I might have. I don't remember now. It's been so long ago.
You had like a couple hundred points of warriors.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and so Adepticon last time was 1995. 1,995 points.
Yeah, that was crap. It screwed me.
I dropped Epaphus, so that's like, I think it was like 270, 280, and then we went up to 2220. So that left me with like damn near 500 points.
Yeah.
To mess around with. So Yeah, I added the ghouls. I added the whites. Wraiths. Sorry, I already had the whites. I added the wraiths. I added Lycanus. I added a pharaoh, and I added a battle standard bearer. I was able to add a lot of stuff.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it like.
It's a very different list. I'm still trying to get used to it. As they watched, it came down to the last turn, the last dice roll of the last turn to decide the last game that me and Tom played, where I played the Undead. So they're a good list. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to deal with defense 6, crushing 2, a core of your army. That's pretty rough, but
it's like nothing.
But we'll see. So yeah, guys. So
I've started running Siege Breakers instead. So I get one less horde of warriors for defense 6. So we'll see how this works.
Yeah.
Last time I played the Undead with it, it was awesome. You just didn't have enough crushing at that point.
No.
Now you've got way more units. So
yeah, I've got more units. I think I have a little more crushing now.
I think you actually called me a dick in that game. Yeah, you were just like, you're a fucking dick.
I probably did. I don't remember. I like to block out horrible memories. So
it wasn't horrible. It was great for me.
That's why you remember it.
Yes.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get started here in a minute. We'll go over deployment, and then we will get on with the game. Hopefully you guys like the board. We're over at my place this time instead of over at Tom's. Unfortunately,
screw Tom. We hate Tom.
A little busy today.
I hate Tom.
So yeah.
I sent him a picture of me taking a crap the other day.
Did you really? Like in the middle of it, or when you got on?
Oh yeah, like I was like this.
Don't pan down too far.
I did.
No.
But I covered it up with my shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tucked in, tucked out.
It's tucked around underneath.
All right, guys. We'll go ahead and get started. Tell me what you got, man.
Well, we have Goblin Cav, because if you don't have Goblin Cav, you're fucking up, because they're 155. We got Siege Breakers, Grok, Boomer Sergeant, Boomer, more Goblin Cav, okay. Siege Breakers, Berserker Bully, and then a small unit of Berserkers.
Regiment of Berserkers over there, alright. And yes, guys, we know...
one guy, I was one guy short, so sorry. It's just, yeah.
I think it'll work pretty good for what we got. Just trying to get a couple more close-ups.
And they don't really make Berserker, or not Berserkers, Siege Breakers models yet, so I haven't done any conversions, so that's kind of what you get for now. So.
Yeah.
I'm not really totally sold that I'm going to use them 100%, so I haven't converted them yet.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, and then for the Undead, we've got a horde of werewolves. We have a troop of ghouls. And then on the other side of the forest here, we have a horde of revenants. They have undead rats and dogs and Han's Sanguinary Scripture. I've got a Lich King in the back there. He's got Bane Chant 3 and Surge 10. Got a regiment of mummies. Right there is my infamous Battle Standard Bearer. If you guys watched that tutorial, that was him that I painted in there. I got a horde of whites, which always die really quick because people always focus a lot against them. Got a regiment of mummies and then a regiment of wraiths behind them. I got my Cursed Pharaoh. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Well, they look like it because of the size that they have. And then troop of ghouls. I got another horde of werewolves, and then Lycanus holding down the flank.
Lycanus is going to get some on Grok this game, guaranteed.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to run right into him.
Maybe if he gets like a rear charge on him.
And then, guys,
That might do it, yeah.
we are playing Fool's Gold. So, with Fool's Gold, all of the bluff counters are all face down. So, we should have 10 on the board. I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so there's all 10. This kind of weird looking setup with a hangman's noose, the carriage, and then like I don't know what that's supposed to be, like a shack or something. We treat this as almost like a lake where you can shoot through it, but if you move through it, it is a minus. So just in case you guys are wondering what that is.
Eric won that for being a good sportsman, which I've never personally seen myself.
Won that at Adepticon. Well, the whole set, yeah. And then we've got 2 forests, guys, which obviously can be seen here. And then we've got 1 hill there, and then we have another hill on the other side of the board. We have 2 houses, which are obviously impassable. One has a nice little fence off the house, and then the other one is right over here.
Can we take a second to appreciate the trees? Because you finally bought some trees that are modular, we can take down.
Yes.
Oh my God, that makes
it
a
so
huge
much easier.
difference.
But guys, this is the layout of the board and the layout of the terrain, our loot counters, and everything else. So we're going to go ahead and get started with turn 1. All right, guys, we are at the end of turn 1, and it has been a whole bunch of movement. I don't have any shooting, and Jimmy only has his 12-inch range shooting, so I don't think anything is in range right now. But I moved up my left flank and positioned my werewolves on top of a hill. Moved up my ghouls as well. In turn, Jimmy positioned his goblins to try and help make a nice, interesting little decision over here that we have to do. I am actually kind of upset with myself that I did not move my revenants fully into the forest so that I could actually see the cav. So that was my bad. But anyway, I moved up the rest of my battle line. Let's see, I moved up a little bit on this side over here, moved my ghouls up, and just kind of advancing a little bit more on the flanks, mostly because I have speed on the flanks, but also because I have a bunch of my hammer units, or at least 1 hammer unit right here in the middle that I'm kind of waiting to see what happens on the other side. So as far as Jimmy, he moved up his left flank. Yeah, definitely trying to...
I'm just trying to bait.
Do some baity bait here, and you know, whatever I don't take, you're obviously going to charge me, so it's either I get charged or I get baited. Over here we got the Goblin Cav. They have Pathfinder, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's not bothering them at all. He's got his horde of boomers back there. They did move up a little bit.
They did, but I positioned them in the far enough away from the forest that they can still pivot and go either way. So however it goes, they can go and reinforce whatever direction they need to.
Gotcha.
So, because Eric's got some fast movement.
Yes,
shit over there.
that I do. He moved up Grok. Oh man, just right out of range from my whites. I would totally
Eric hates Grok.
Sacrifice my whites to kill Grok. I don't even care what would happen after that. I would sacrifice him to kill Grok. So that's what we're looking at right now, guys. In turn 1, just a bunch of movement. So we will see what happens. Turn 2. All right, guys. So end of turn 2, and some carnage. Okay, here carnage.
No, carnage didn't happen.
Unfortunately, Jimmy forgot his dice at home, so he had to use some of my spare dice. And
there's a reason why you stopped using those spare dice, because you went through like 30 games where they rolled like shit, and then you got rid of them, and now I'm using them, and they suck. Almost as bad as the ones of mine that were cursed by that witch. Right? When we went to the store, she was like, I cursed these dice. They were all like shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. All right,
and
so
they did.
You did kill my ghouls and Lycanus. Of course, you did charge them with... you charged Lycanus with 1 horde of siege breakers, and then the ghouls with a berserker... What is it?
Bully.
There we go. Berserker bully and another horde of... siege breakers, so they died. Epic whiff over here against my mummies.
I mean, that's kind of how the goblins go. Like sometimes they'll do like really good
outperform, man.
Sometimes they do, but most of the time it's. I mean,
they didn't even get a single wound.
Oh, that's right. They didn't get.
No, they didn't get a single wound. Like I said, epic whiff.
They weren't even at a minus. They were. Yeah.
Right. Epic whiff, man. You shot my whites, and I think you did a decent amount of wounds.
No.
Never mind. 3. Sorry.
Yeah, 3.
I thought you did more than that. This right here I was shocked with, because Grok usually fucking cleans through anything.
Yeah, but he missed all of his freaking attacks, dude.
He did. Oh my god, he missed a lot. So you still did a respectable... Ooh, it's not really focusing. 5 wounds, yeah. But it's fearless 18. Bad, but, yeah. No, it's... Yeah. And then here you whiffed... Well, I mean, kind of whiffed. I mean, you did, what, 16
no,
wounds?
I whiffed on the nerve roll because I only rolled a 4.
Yeah, I mean, you did 16 wounds. They are fearless 24. So that's going to be a hard mountain for me to climb afterwards, but... other than that, that's, I think you only killed those 2 units. But there's still so much defense 6 on the board. I gotta really be choosy here with what I'm gonna do, because this might hurt. So yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on. So we will be right back after turn 3, right? Or turn 2? Yeah, turn 3.
Turn 3.
I can count. We haven't had that much scotch. We haven't had that much scotch yet. But we've had that. All right, we are at the end of turn 3. Let's actually turn this down so that way people don't have to listen to our music.
That's too bad.
All right, so end of turn 3. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this turn definitely changed the battlefield a little bit. Let's see, over there you killed my Chaffee unit of ghouls. You killed my Revenants, which they had 15 wounds on them. My Revenants attacked first, though, and did an amazing 1 wound. Of course, I failed my Bane chant, so that would have... I think I rolled like 5 5s, so that would have helped, because it would have dropped their wounds, but still, you fucking killed them. So, they're dead. I was able to flank and kill Grok, which is awesome. I'm personally happy about that. You shot the hell out of my whites, because that's what you have to do against whites.
Bastards.
They hung on, and yeah, man, they hung on. And, so now we'll see what they're going to do next. You amazingly took out my Wraiths, too, in 1 round of combat. You did 6 wounds, and then you rolled, because they're only fearless 16, only, and their defense 6. You did 6 wounds, but then you rolled a 10, and then an 11. So, yeah, really good. And then over here, you, with Brutal, you were 1 away from wavering, because you rolled like a 9, I think, or something like that, and you did 4 wounds. So,
Berserker Bully you're getting, so...
Yeah, man. Kind of changed a little bit. Of course, we flipped over the tokens, and over here we have a 1, and a 2, so this is definitely the corner to be in. 0, we have a 1 right there, a 0, and then over there I think we got 2 zeros, and a 1 on the very far edge. So, yeah. Yeah, that...
Oh, there's a 2 right here.
And that's right, and there's a 2 under there. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. So, yeah. Wow. I gotta say my, Oh, and I also forgot to mention that my ghouls actually did 2 wounds on those guys. My little chaff unit of ghouls did 2 wounds. That's awesome.
No crushing.
On a big shield. Yeah, big shield 6 unit, they did 2 wounds. Anything else? I'm just trying to think.
That's pretty much the recap.
Pretty much it. All right, guys, we're going to get going on. We're going to play turn 4, and we'll talk about what happened after that. All right, guys. So, end of turn 4, and more stuff died. Let's see here. I rear charged with the mummies and took out a horde of siege breakers because I rear charged them. Jimmy was able to, after I took out his horde of boomers, I frontal and flank charged him. Jimmy was able to shoot the rest of he actually did like 3 or 4 wounds and shot my whites off the board, so pretty good job there. What else happened?
Bully died.
I killed the Berserker Bully, yep, that's right. Killed the Berserker Bully over here. And now Jimmy's going to have to start thinking about objectives, because he's got a 1 right here, a 2, and then another 1 over here, and he's only got 2 units. So I had him in a little bit of a trap here, though. He kind of had to figure out which one he was going to do, whether he was going to give me a flank from the mummies or give me a flank from the werewolves. So, yeah, so kind of an interesting turn of events there. I think that's pretty much about it, right, man?
That's right, yeah. I think that was it.
Yeah, pretty much about it. So we will get going on to turn 5, and we'll talk about what happens there. We're both running out of units really quick, so I don't know if it's going to go to turn 5 or what, but we'll see. All right, guys.
Like
end of turn 5. We are down to... Jimmy has 2 units. One unit is wavered. And the other unit, my Pharaoh ran into to provide a roadblock so that he could not flank my werewolves. And you did 4 wounds on the Pharaoh. You epically whiffed. And then, yeah, he's still alive.
Defense 6. He's not. It wasn't a whiff,
Dude,
per se.
Siege Breakers are...
They're only
jerks.
crushing 2 now.
Only crushing.
They used to be crushing 3 and then Thunder's 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, anyway, probably what's
times,
going to
good
happen, this unit over here is going to die. They're up to 10 wounds. My werewolves are going to come back in. I might try and Bane Chant them, but they're probably going to die. My werewolves, then, this is, what, top of 6? My mummies are going to come and get the 2 right here. These my werewolves are going to turn, and if it goes turn 7, I'll grab that objective over there. Over here, my mummy is going to stay right there and block that up. I'm going to jump on the 2 with my mummies, and I'll probably zoom my werewolves probably back over to this one. So, yeah, that way I'll have 1, 2, well, at least 3, 4, 5. And he might be able to contest, but he's not going to be whole. Even if he contests that, I still win. So, there'll be a win for the Undead. And, yeah. What do you think about the new... Well, we'll get into that, actually, in a minute. We'll talk about the new list and everything like that. We'll talk about all that stuff in just a sec. Grab some pictures.
We should look up that rule, too. If I can't make contact. Because that one totally fucked me.
Oh, yeah.
But I called for high-low. I fucking did it.
Well, because I think you would make contact with Impassable first. That's the issue. Because when you turn, you make contact with Impassable first, and you can't do that. Because you'd go and you'd get stuck on the Impassable. You'd have to pivot around it in order to do it. Mm-hmm. And with my Pharaoh there, you couldn't do that because you could only make contact on that specific area. But yes, we will look up the rule. It is hot down here.
I know. It's like freaking bald spot of sweating.
Yeah, it's really, really hot down here. It's the unfortunate thing about having a game room in the same area where there's a laundry room. All right, well...
It was hot today anyway.
It was hot today. It really was. At the end of turn 3, I was actually kind of worried. You whooped up and took out some stuff, and I was like... And if a couple of things hadn't gone my way, it would have been a different game.
Yeah, whiffed on one thing that definitely sucked. And then I couldn't get in there and charge your werewolves, which was going to stop that whole flank, pretty much, and stop up that side. So
it would have, yeah, most definitely.
But I couldn't fit in there, so that's just kind of how that worked. But
yeah, it actually kind of helped moving my Pharaoh over 1 inch. I didn't think it was going to make a difference, on that combat res.
I was like, I can fit in there.
And then I was like, Impassable blocking you.
It was like that much.
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. So that sucked, but that is what it is.
Tis the way of things. Well, and also, let's be honest here. I mean, this Undead list has, I've worked on it for a little while now, and you're still revamping a 2220.
I'm gonna come back to my old list with the Goblin Blasters and everything, because the only reason I changed it was because of Adepticon for last year. 1995 jacked my point total up because I had it perfect at 2000 with no war gear.
Yeah. I know it was good at 2000, and then of course that 5 points screwed up everything.
Oh yeah, jacked everything up. So.
But yeah, so my most valuable units, definitely not the Revenants, but I don't know. My werewolves did pretty good.
They lived longer than they should have.
So, yeah, they did. They did take a double charge from your Siege Breakers. Your most valuable unit, I have to say, is maybe
the Boomer Sergeant.
Boomer Sergeant. Taking out stuff. He definitely took out more points than anybody.
Yeah, I mean, everybody did fine.
Yeah. It was a good game, though.
Berserker Bully almost destroyed the entire...
Oh, that was close. He almost wavered him, and if he'd have wavered him, man, you'd been able to kill him. Yeah, that wouldn't have been.
Oh yeah, that would have been. Then I would have had 2 Siege Breakers over there.
Yeah, that would have been rough. That would have been very rough. And that's the side of the board. That right flank over there is where we had multiple objectives. So
that's where I actually had most of my points. So that was bad. Yeah. That went south.
Yeah. I was worried, man. Once we flipped all those, and I was like 2, 1, what? Crap. Because then I'm like, okay, I'm spread out over the board more, but so are these objectives too. So,
yeah.
That is so loud.
I had to turn it up, dude. I'm deaf. My boss keeps bitching at me like, what the hell? You never answer your phone. I'm like, what? I can't hear it.
So, if you guys want to see certain armies, play each other, we have what? We got Undead, Ogres, right now that are painted.
Yeah,
we got Undead, Ogres, we've got Ratkin, we've got Dwarves, which Tom can do free Dwarves with those. I've got the Elves, which I guess I could also do a Sylvankin army, too, as well, I guess. So we're looking at 6-7 armies. If there's a certain army you guys would want to watch or see,
or something like that. I got Kingdoms of Men coming, and then Forces of Nature, so that's
and
coming soon.
Coming soon. 2022.
Soon-ish.
2022.
Yeah, 2030.
No, because we're possibly going to be getting another stimulus. Right?
Ooh.
So $1,200, man, you can send that army off to get painted.
No, I'm getting tires, like good snow tires.
Priorities. Well, we live in Colorado.
I'd rather not die.
Snow tires are actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Because the whole dead thing, you wouldn't be able to play often.
Yeah.
That'd be sad. Be trying to set up a board over your freaking, gravestone.
My urn on the side.
Yeah, just the urn. You're gonna be a piece of terrain.
Yeah, there you
go. Put you on there. I'll like rub dice against you. Be like, come on, man, come on,
give me them threes.
Dice.
Give me them threes.
That's more.
I also had to use Eric's dice, and those were the dice that he retired a long time ago. Because when he was using them, he just started getting his butt whooped because they suck really bad.
Yes.
So that didn't help me at all.
Today though they did a little better. Better than yesterday.
Not on the nerve rolls. It's just like
nerve rolls.
Okay, I need 4 twice.
Yeah. 2, 1, and 2. A 1.
Like, that's awesome.
Oh man, yeah, but I mean, what can you do? Oh, that's right. You can remember your dice.
Bad dice.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Guys, I'll tell you right now.
Don't play with someone else's dice.
Don't play with someone else's dice. Yeah, I mean, call me superstitious because let's be honest here. Dice are based off of probability. Unless you believe
they're not.
In the pull of the earth in relation to the spin of the dice on a certain surface. Yes, Tom, I'm talking about
I think you need to get more rotations to get a better average.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you need to throw them far
so then
get a better average.
So then the curved dice would technically get more of a throw.
Well, you got to spread them out more. What I'm saying is you got to roll them across the table to get more rotations to get your average better.
Okay, fair enough.
If you just drop them like a turd, then whatever you have them in your hand.
So then why do my other dice do better then? They're hard-sided. They don't roll as much. Makes you wonder.
Voodoo.
If there's somebody out there.
Voodoo. Who's to say that when they cast those and they do all their stuff, who's to say that it's not like lopsided?
That's true. You're absolutely right. I don't know. You're absolutely right. My green dice are from Kaplow Games, and these ones are from Chessex. I would like to think that Chessex has a superior casting method, but who the hell knows?
They suck. Because I got Chessex too. Because those ones are Chessex too. And those ones are the worst dice I've ever had.
No. These ones were cursed. Yeah,
they were Chessex and they were cursed. So they were awful.
Okay.
Remember when I made Steph play with them for like 3 months?
We're not superstitious, guys. Anybody that's played war games enough.
I am. I know Tom has voodoo hexed his dice. I know they
especially the red one.
Oh yeah.
And he put them all in a circle, and then he burned the one in the middle.
I almost stole them. I almost stole them.
You did almost steal them. From Adepticon, Tom actually lost his dice, and Jimmy had them. And he even asked me, like, I'm dead serious, in the best confidence, he goes, should I just get rid of these dice? And every time I play against Tom, and he starts kicking my butt because his dice are just, I wonder if I should have told Jimmy just lose the bag.
You should have.
But
it would have been easy, dude.
We have
just walked out of the airport,
ethics,
right in the trash can.
Yep.
Just like that. Boom, he would have never
we couldn't have done that, man.
I could.
Those dice deserve to be burned at the freaking stake. Yeah. I would have made a video showing us burn those dice.
And then send them to Tom.
Yeah, or ransom. We could have tortured the dice and been like, hey, here's 2 of them getting melted. If you want your dice back, you got to send us money.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. We could have done that.
Blackmail your friends. That's what you do when you're good friends.
Moral of the story is blackmail your friends.
Blackmail your friends.
Pretty much, yeah.
But no, so with dice, also guys, if you're going to be traveling a lot, like for example, like Jimmy doesn't have a home board, so to speak, so he's either playing at my house or he plays at Tom's, make sure you pack your stuff every time. Because otherwise you end up playing with somebody else's dice. So, that's up.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, no. Not good.
Because your friend more than likely has a really shitty pair of dice that he got rid of because they suck, and he's just going to be like, yeah, use these.
Well, I'm not going to give you the good dice.
I know.
Nobody's ever going to give you the good dice. It's just the way it is. Yeah. And even though we're not superstitious, I'll tell you what, guys, dice are so finicky And even though it's probability,
Mm-hmm.
there are times, man. My gray, these dice, I used them when I played 5th edition 40K.
Mm-hmm.
I played the Grey Knights because they're gray. That's why I got them. They kind of matched the army at the time, and they rolled awesome. I mean, I took 3rd in one tournament and did.
Yeah, because you needed ones. You needed 1s and 2s to fucking hit with the Grey Knights. Keldor Dragor, come on.
I needed at least 2s and 3s.
2s and 3s. They roll a lot of 2s, so you were fine.
But yeah, so I even took 3rd place in a tournament with them. So I mean, that's not bad. But now they don't do as well.
No,
they do not.
No.
So anyway, guys, we're kind of rambling on now, but yeah. So good job for the elves.
Yeah, it was a good shot for the. Yeah, it was a good shot. Good job.
It's a good game.
So.
Hopefully, you guys like the terrain, different scenery, and stuff like that.
The trees are nice.
We're going to continue to try and put out different, different bat reps and try and keep this a constant thing. I have another army that I'm working on. We don't want Tom to know what it is because, yeah, we're keeping that hush hush. We're keeping it close to the vest. So, Tom, if you're watching,
too bad, bud.
There's no teaser in this.
Too bad. Oh, and also you can rewind the video and see if you can get a visual of the model.
Yeah.
The models around the room.
Oh,
because
man.
They might have been in one of the shots.
That's true. They might have been. Anyway, guys, and for those of you that really like our channel, if you want to rewind the video and try and figure it out, I guess. Other than that, guys, I think that's going to be it. So we'll see you guys next time.